All right, so here's the other side of the worksheet. So notice that in this side, all of the y-intercepts are different. So it's not just at 0. They start at different places. It could be at 2, it could be at -3, wherever it is. So let's take a look at the first letter E here on the left. So the first thing I'd have to do when I'm given a line, I have to find the slope between 2 points. And one of those points we should make is the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is right there at 2. All right, and then the next point we want to make again is the one that we want the line to cross perfectly in the corners of the grid. So it looks like it does it up here at 1, 5. So from point to point, let's find the slope between the 2 points. Looks like here we go up 3 and to the right 1. So that's +3 over +1. Okay. Then the y-intercept, again, we already found it, is at +2. So that's one of the big reasons why we pick one of the points to find our slope. We start at the y-intercept. It makes it a lot easier. So, and then look at so it says at the top, derive an equation y equals mx plus b. So we know that's the form we want. We know what m is. We know what b is. And so all we have to do is plug in y and x. So here's what we do. Y equals 3x over 1, or 3 over 1x plus 2. Now, I don't need to write the invisible 1 there, but I could if I needed to. So, essentially, I have y equals 3x plus 2. Looking at the bottom, I put the letter E at the very last box there, 3x plus 2. All right, let's take a look at the other E on the very far right side of the page there. So, again, when we are given a graph, the most important thing we want to find is the slope, and we put our first point where the line crosses the y-axis, which it looks to be about right there at -3. The next point it crosses, again, I always like picking a point to the right side. After the y-intercept, I always like going to the right. Now, you could look backwards and go to the left if you want to, but that could be kind of confusing. So, whenever I try to pick a point, I always pick a point to the right of the y-intercept. So I'm going to pick this point right here at 3, -4. All right, then from one point to the other, I go down 1 to the right 3, so that's going to be -1 over 3. Again, we already found my y-intercept. We did that when we picked the 2 points, which is at -3. And all we have to do is plug in y and x now. Y equals -1/3 x minus 3. All right, the last one I want to do is letter O. Let's take a look at letter O real quick. So at letter O, with the y-intercept, it looks like it crosses there at -3. Now, looking at this graph, it's kind of confusing. Well, it looks like it crosses literally right next to it, right there at the point 1, -2. And that's okay. That's right. So looking at this graph, again, from point to point, it just goes up 1 to the right 1. So my slope for this one is 1 over 1. That's literally it. So 1 over 1, and my y-intercept, as we found earlier, is at -3. And then to make the equation be y equals 1 over 1x minus 3. But remember what we said. Do we have to put the invisible 1? No. And then, do I even have to write the 1 in front of x? No. So I can erase both the 1s and just put y equals x plus minus 3 because it's assumed that there are 1s on the graph. It's assumed that there are 1s on the graph. So, again, we could just go straight from here. We could erase that if we wanted to. And then we write our final answer. So y equals x minus 3, the letter O, is right here. So that is how you do it when the y-intercept is something different than 0.